digestive system is a one-way street, unlike cattle and other ruminants who regurgitate food to re-chew it, although they have a pretty efficient way of processing the tough fibrous foods that make up their forage. Their forage, because they're foragers. This long, one-directional system can cause problems that result in colic. So I learned about colic from watching the amazing Dr. Pol. Was it the wonderful Dr. Pol? Dr. Pol on Nat Geo. I remember a lot. My mom really likes that show, and I remember when Dr. Pol and his wife, their horse was pregnant, and I found out that horses are pregnant for 2 years. I'm sure I put this in there somewhere. I made this one a while ago, but horses are, their gestational period's like 2 years. And Dr. Pol, they lost the colt. And I was devastated. You waited 2 years for nothing. Anyway, number 15. Horses can live up to being 30 years old. Number 16. How long have I been sitting here at number 6? Number 16. I'm so sorry. I am not very relaxing today. I don't know what's going on. Number 16. The American quarter horse is the world's most popular breed. Number 17. Arabian horses have one fewer vertebrae, rib bone, and tailbone than other horses. Number 18. The standard measurement for determining the height of a horse is called a hand. A pony is an equine under 14.2 hands. Equines or equines? I know it's equestrian. Anyway, the only equines not measured in hands are miniature horses, which are measured in inches or centimeters. An equine, an equestrian, equine, I don't know. I'm probably saying that wrong. Just like I made that back video about Ukraine. And here I find out that the entire city of Kiev has changed their name to Kiev, and it's not Kiev. My mom told me, and I was like, I have embarrassed myself. And you told me too late. Anyways, number 19. Most of the white horses that you see were actually a much darker color at birth and gradually turn white. These white horses may start as bay, chestnut, or almost black, and they're not actually white, but they're called gray. So the color of a white horse is actually gray. Gray. Number 20. A horse's resting respiratory rate is about 8 to 15 breaths per minute. They really be out here like 8 to 14 breaths a minute. I think not. Anyway, it's a horse's world. I'm just living in it. Number 21. Every horse on the North American continent is a descendant of European horses. Even the horses that we regard as wild are actually feral horses whose ancestors escaped from captivity. Horses disappeared from the Americas more than 11,000 years ago, and there's ample fossil evidence that the horse's ancestors lived here previous to that. So, horses and white people were all just descendants of Europeans. Fun times. Okay, number 22. The difference between a filly, a colt, and horses have the largest eyes of any land mammal. Number 24. Horses can run within hours after birth, very similar to reindeer. Number 25. When horses look like they're laughing, they're actually engaging in a special nose-enhancing technique known as a phlegmon. F-L-E-H-M-E-N, a phlegmon, to determine whether a smell is good or bad. Number 26. At one point, people thought horses were colorblind. They're not, though they're better at seeing yellows and greens than purples and violets. Number 27. A horse's teeth take up a larger amount of space in their head than their brain. So, I'm not entirely crazy being afraid of getting bitten by a horse. Number 28. You can generally tell the difference between male and female horses by their number of teeth. Males have 40, while females have 36. But honestly, most of us are going to use a much easier way to tell. Just, you know what I mean? Okay, number 29. Horse hooves are made from the same protein that make up human hair and fingernails. I absolutely hate it on the show videos or what have you of people like cleaning the horse hooves and they're like using that metal thing to like clean them out. I know it doesn't hurt because it hurts because they keep growing and you don't want them to like obviously overgrow, but there's just something about it that I don't want to look at. Like I don't want to look at it. And it's just the way they're so aggressively, and then they have like the hoof in between their legs. I can't. I don't love it. I don't like it. I don't want to be a part of it. Okay. Number 30. Fact number 30. The horse trailer, or the horse box, was invented by Lord George Bentinck, B-E-N-T-I-N-C-K, a UK man who needed a more effective transportation for getting his 6 horses from one racetrack to another. Horse trailers also freak me out. They have so many windows to just be going down the highway. Also, if you live on the, like, in a rural area in Canada, I would say definitely like Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and horses meet or leave each other. Stallions or adult male horses perform loud roars as mating calls, and all horses will use snorts to alert each other of potential danger. Number 37. Approximately 4.6 million Americans work in the horse industry in one way or another. The U.S. horse industry has an economic effect of $39 billion annually on just 9 million American horses. It's absolutely sickening to me how expensive horses are. Like a Clydesdale, you could quite literally buy a car just in one payment. Also, so again, I grew up in the prairies, so a lot of like my Facebook friends that I do know in real life, but I'm on horse Facebook sometimes because they'll be like selling their horses or whatever, and the language that they use, like I don't get it. I'm so confused, and they're always just so proud, and I love their enthusiasm. I really do. I just have absolutely no idea what they're talking about because I have a slight phobia of horses. Like they're big and I respect them. I want them to do their thing and I want to not be a part of it. I like to watch horses from far away, but I don't want to be a part of it. And you're probably thinking, did like something traumatic happen to me as a child? No. I went on a couple horseback riding things with my mom at like this lake retreat thing that she was on. I was just there because I was like 5, so and you go everywhere with your mom. And it was fine. I don't know. I'm not a horse person, and not in like I hate horses kind of way. It's just like horses, they're doing their thing. I'm doing my thing, and the thing that we're both doing doesn't match. Okay. It's number 38. That was completely useless information for you guys to know, but number 38. There are approximately 58 million horses in the world, and the vast majority of them are cared for by humans. And I mean, that's adorable. So, number 39. A horse can see better at night than a human. However, it takes a horse's eyes longer to adjust from light to dark and from dark to light than a human's. Number 40. Horses like sweet flavors and will usually reject anything sour or bitter. Number 41. The first cloned horse was a halflinger named... No. The first cloned horse was a halflinger mare in Italy in 2003. I don't know why that was hard to say. Okay, number 42. Horses produce approximately 10 gallons of saliva a day. It's because they got big ol' honkin' mouths. Number 43. On the underside of a horse's hoof is a triangular-shaped area called the frog, which acts as a shock absorber for a horse's leg and also helps to pump blood back up the leg. Okay. Number 44. The average horse's heart weighs approximately 9 to 10 pounds. It's a big heart. That's why people love horses. Right? Tell me I'm right. Where was I? Number 45. The record for the longest jump over water is held by a horse named Something, capital S, Something, who jumped 27 feet 6 inches, 6 3/4 inches. I got confuzzled with the imperial system. I apologize. On April 25th, 1975, in Johannesburg, South Africa, and Something was ridden by Andre Vieira. Number 46. It takes 9 to 12 months to regrow an entire horse hoof. Amazoni is a cross between a zebra and a pony, and a horse is a cross between a zebra and a horse. And last but not least, number 50. If a horse has a red ribbon on its tail, that signifies that the horse kicks. It's a kicker. So that's all my horse facts. I hope you guys enjoyed. I feel certain ways about horses. It's not a bad thing. I respect horses, you know. It's just